Oh, yeah. Hey, you bring out the crowd.
I don't know about that.
Hey, it's your show today.
My wife's here anyway.
I'll basically do.
Maybe they're early. I was in a dark hole last week, so I'm doing congratulations.
I think sure you resolution. Oh, did you? You recall the guy?
You got to answer.
So she can
Consider that you.
fit her in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Get ready. Oh, yeah. Morning.
I want to welcome everyone to our December 17th Commissioners Court. And at this time, I will call our meeting to order. Our invocation will be given by Commissioner Brooks, and I will lead us in our pledges.
Tim O'Hare, County Judge.
Present.
Lloyd Charles Brooks, Commissioner Precinct 1.
Present.
Elisa Simmons, Commissioner Precinct 2.
Here.
Gary Fickus, Commissioner Precinct 3.
Here.
Manny Ramirez, Commissioner Precinct 4.
Here.
Constitutes a quorum.
Okay. Please rise.
Let me get to the floor.
Need to hear that bass.
I want to thank the county judge for this opportunity to open this session with prayer. I choose not to pray from that lofty spot on the dais, but rather from this spot, which is reserved for those who would petition the court. The penitents, if you will. My favorite prayer is from the poet laureate for African American people, James Weldon Johnson. It is the third stanza of his poem, set to music by his brother J. Rosamond Johnson, which has become known as the Negro National Anthem. The third stanza is actually a prayer. So if you will bow, please pray with me. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who has brought us thus far on the way, Thou who has by thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever in the path, we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land. Father, as we approach this Advent season, grant that we shall never forget the places where we met thee. That we shall never be so drunk with the wine of the world that we forget you. And grant us that we shall in all things give you praise. And so may it be. Amen.
Amen. Would you please face the American flag? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please face the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you.
Please be seated. Thank you, Commissioner Fickus, and thank you, Commissioner Brooks, for opening our meeting today. It's a special day. Merry Christmas to everyone, but it's also a very special day because it's the last meetings for Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks and Commissioner Gary Fickus, who have served our county well. It's been a pleasure to get to know both men, and we're going to have an opportunity to hear from them and some folks on their behalf here shortly. Do we have some agenda announcements?
We do, sir.
Mr. Merritt.
Yes, sir. Good morning, court members. Just 3 quick announcements. We have 3 items which have been pulled from consent for individual consideration. The first one is item 8A. That is the approval of the minutes of December 3rd. And then court members, under Section 9, Reports and Business, under the Administrator section, A4 has been pulled from consent for audience participation, and H6 under Human Resources has been pulled from consent. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now we come to Commissioners' Court announcements. Do we have any announcements from our court members at this point?
You know, I personally would like to thank Lisa Willis. I guess I would call her our official photographer. She has taken so many photographs in and around our campuses. And for that, I want to thank you, because these all bring back great memories. So thank you. Is Lisa with us this morning? I don't see her. She's probably having to work. So,
Well, I want to thank the chief photographer for Tarrant County, Rachel DeLira, who always makes me look good.
Okay, we have a very large Christmas gathering of food in the back. So for guests of Commissioner Brooks or Commissioner Fickus, or our employees. There is food in the room behind us, so after the festivities here, if you don't want to stay for the regular part of the meeting, you're welcome to go back there where there'll be a little reception and plenty of food. Our employees are welcome. If you're listening and you want to go down there and grab some now, have at it. And I want to announce here publicly, they already know this, but we had our first annual Christmas decorating contest in the administration building. And if you have not had a chance to see it, some people were incredibly creative, did some really good stuff. Everybody did wonderful. But our winners, the auditor's office took first place. I'll be making, give them a round of applause. We'll be making a $500 donation to Habitat for Humanity in their honor. Second place went to Budget and Risk Management, and we'll be making a $250 donation to the charity of their choice. I don't think they've told us yet, so let's give them a round of applause. And third place, Administration, and we'll be doing a $100 donation to the place of their choice, so let's give them a round of applause. For all of our departments, y'all did a remarkable job. I'm sorry everybody didn't win. I would like to remind you I wasn't the judge, but y'all did fantastic and it was wonderful. So thank you for participating. That was really cool. Next up, we have a resolution honoring the service of Rich Diott on the Tarrant Appraisal District Board of Directors. Are we not doing a podium up here?
Judge, I believe we have a choir today presented by Commissioner Brooks that we were going to do during the Commissioner's Court's announcement. So if we're ready.
Yeah, why don't we do that
let's
now?
do that now. Okay, we're not going to go to resolutions. Commissioner Brooks, take it away.
Every year, Precinct 1 has brought to you a choir on the last meeting before Christmas, and this year will be no different. I want to recognize my friends who just left the chamber, Mayor Betsy Price of the city of Fort Worth and Councilman Michael Crane. Thank them both for being here this morning. Maddie Parker. What did I say? Whatever. Thank you for correcting me. So this morning, we are pleased to have the choir from Texas Wesleyan University, who will bring us a few carols and provide us with some Christmas cheer. Rams, take it away.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Through the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la la la. Evening has fallen over the city, night gathers shadows in the streets below. Candles are burning bright in the window, sending the warmth in the frosty glow. So we sing of joy and the miracle of all, as eight lighted candles shine throughout the night, and we join our hands and dance in a circle, singing Hanukkah, the festival of lights. Voices ring with playful laughter, youth's voices, see the children, cradles spinning in a game. It's a night of celebration, now the festival of the flame. So we sing of joy and the miracle of all, as eight lighted candles shine throughout the night, and we join our hands and dance in the circle, singing Hanukkah, the festival of lights. Voices, see the children, cradles spinning in a game. It's the night of celebration, now the festival of the flame. So we sing of joy and the miracle of all, as eight lighted candles shine throughout the night, and we join our hands and dance in the circle, singing Hanukkah, the festival of lights. So we sing of joy and the miracle of all, as eight lighted candles shine throughout the night, and we join our hands and dance in the circle, singing Hanukkah, the festival of lights. Hey! sounding joy, bring me the sounding joy, bring me the sounding joy.
Merry Christmas to all. This is a tradition that we started under Commissioner Dion Bagsby, whose daughter, Dion Bagsby Jones, is here with us this morning. And if you will allow me one more transgression from the agenda, I'd like to introduce and call forward the 21st president of Texas Wesleyan University, Dr. Emily Messer. Come on up, Em.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning and happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you.
Wow, what a blessing to see our students performing. Thank you so much for the invitation to them. I just want to say thank you so much to Commissioner Brooks and all he has done for Texas Wesleyan University. You know, during my short time here, just about a year and a half, he has been so welcoming, he and Dr. Brooks alike. Thank you for what you do to our county, Tarrant County, to the city of Fort Worth, to our young people that are being educated at Texas Wesleyan University, and the difference you are making as a board of trustees at our fine university. Thank you, and best of luck to your retirement. But you're not retired from the Board of Trustees, so we'll see you at our meetings next year. But thank you to all you do for our community. We are extremely appreciative to you and all of Commissioner's Court, and we are proud to be the oldest higher education institution in Fort Worth, and we hope we hold true to the values of educating our young people, our students.
Thank you, Dr. Messer. We are thrilled to welcome you to Tarrant County and to the Ramily.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you again to the Texas Wesleyan Choir. Thank you, Commissioner Brooks, for bringing them, and that is a tradition we will definitely continue. So, okay, we now come to the resolutions section, and our special resolutions regarding Commissioner Fickus, Commissioner Brooks will be at the end of that, but we have two to get to before we get to them. The first is to honor Rich Diott, who has served for 5 years on the Tarrant Appraisal District Board of Directors. And the reason that I've chosen to honor him today is, as most of us know, Tad went through some struggles, and this Commissioner's Court took a couple of votes regarding that. And there was one man that was there literally for the last 5 years who was working to try to change things and reform things and fix things. And as of the results last night, and he didn't run again, but his term ends on December 31st. And I just wanted to honor him and thank him for what he did for this no-paying job when he stuck his neck out there, took a lot of heat, but was trying to do what was right by taxpayers all over the county. So, Rich, where are you? Rich is right there. Rich, stand up. Let everybody see you. Come on up to the podium here. His wife, Yvette, is with him. Here is how the resolution reads. Rich Diott has served with distinction as a member of the Tarrant Appraisal District Board of Directors since 2020, demonstrating unwavering commitment to the mission of the district, and has served as an advocate for Tarrant County taxpayers. During his tenure, Mr. Diott contributed to the ongoing reform efforts at the Tarrant Appraisal District, leading to progress and working to promote a culture of excellence within TAD as it fulfills its responsibility to conduct property appraisals. His leadership, expertise, and dedication have positively impacted the district's decision-making processes, fostered transparency, accountability, and fair treatment for the residents and property owners in Tarrant County. Mr. Diott has consistently demonstrated a deep understanding of the complexities involved in property taxation and appraisal practices, providing valuable insights that have shaped TAD's policies and operations. Throughout his service, Mr. Diott has exemplified the highest standards of integrity, professionalism, and dedication to public service. As his final term comes to a close on December 31st, 2024, the Tarrant County Commissioners Court wishes to recognize and honor his contribution to the district and his lasting impact in Tarrant County. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the Tarrant County Commissioners Court, hereby express our gratitude and appreciation to Rich Diott for his outstanding service, leadership, and commitment to the public during his time on the Tarrant Appraisal District Board of Directors. And I'll make a motion to approve that resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, everybody get your votes in there. All right, it passes unanimously. I'm going to come down there, present these to you, take a few pictures, and then you are welcome to say a few words. Huh?
This is an honor. Thank you very much. I first want to say, Commissioner Brooks, every time I'm here, you turn this into a great church service. And honestly, everything that's happened before now is kind of setting the tone for me. Christmas celebrates the birth of Christ, but he did not come into the world as a baby. He came into the world as a conceived human being. He lived 9 months of a perfect human life before he was born in the manger to the shouts of the angels and to the wonder and amazement of the shepherds. Commissioner Brooks, thank you for everything that you've done this morning. Regarding TAD, I did join with the court's help 5 years ago, the Tarrant County Appraisal District Board. And the first thing that we did as new members is we started doing the pledges and especially the prayer at the beginning of our meetings. We always did that, and my view is to recognize that there is authority over us and we're responsible to those authorities, first to the state and then to the Constitution of our federal government and especially to God. And that was our focus. That was the beginning. And a lot of things happened, as you've probably read in the papers, and I've watched it all happen. I thank you for this recognition, but I want to acknowledge I was able to be a spectator and I believe just watch God work the whole time, because there were so many people involved who did things that I think if they didn't do those things, we wouldn't be in the position we are in today. 5 years ago, the board, the Tarrant Appraisal District, had gotten in the habit of sort of being a coffee and donut board. Drink the coffee, eat the donuts, slap everybody on the back and tell them they're doing a great job, whether they are or not, and then come back a couple of months later and do the same thing. That's different. Can I tell you right now, the 9 board members you have today and will have in 3 weeks will not be a coffee and donut board. They're going to work to make things better. And we've already seen just so many things happen. It's a lot different. Executive management is completely changed. The staff over there below the executive management, they're the heroes. Because while all of the controversy was swirling around the leadership and the policy level decision making, the staff was showing up and doing their jobs as well as they could every day. And they're the ones that I think deserve a lot of credit for this. I won't go down the list, but I've counted them in my head. It's over 36 people who did things specifically that I think if had not been done, we'd be in the same problems, having the same headlines that we had over the last 5 years. But today, Tad is in a really, really good position moving forward, and I'm very optimistic as I leave the board. And I thank you very, very much for your time and for this honor. Thank you.
Next, we have a resolution honoring Judy McDonald for 28 years as Executive Director with Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County. She is retiring, and I believe her replacement has been named or is getting close. But we just wanted to honor Judy for her 28 years of service to Tarrant County and the workforce. So here's the resolution, and come on up if you would, Judy. Judy McDonald served a remarkable 28 years as Executive Director with Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County. Judy McDonald is a native Texan, attended O.D. Wyatt High School in Fort Worth, and earned a bachelor's degree from the University of Texas at Arlington. Under her leadership, Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County has emerged as a distinguished award-winning leader in public workforce development, both in state and nationally. During her tenure, Judy McDonald played a pivotal role in providing oversight to 6 comprehensive workforce centers across Tarrant County with a budget of $65 million. She has served as president of the Texas Association of Workforce Boards, president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors Workforce Development Council, and in 2020 was named one of the 400 most influential people in Fort Worth by Fort Worth Inc. As Judy embarks on an exciting new chapter in life, we celebrate her many accomplishments and wish her a fulfilling and rewarding retirement. The Commissioners Court of Tarrant County wishes to express its sincere gratitude to Judy McDonald for her leadership and commitment to Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County. I'll make a motion we approve that resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. Passes unanimously. Let's give Judy a big round of applause. You saw the routine there. How are you today? Good to see you.
Thank you so very much for this honor. I'm looking at Commissioner Brooks because he knows a little bit more about my story. So yes, I'm the only director that the Workforce Board has had, but before that, the employment and training system started right here. So I started my employment and training at Tarrant County 48 years ago and worked at the county for 20 years. And probably would still be a county employee if there hadn't been state legislation that insisted that there was a merger between the city of Fort Worth and Tarrant County. And you may recall that was really a shotgun marriage. It was not an easy time. But it has been my honor to serve the county. It was members of the community like Estras Tucker, Carlos De La Torre, Louise Appleman that joined with the elected officials at that time, Judge Vandergriff, Mayor Green from Arlington, and actually Kay Granger right before she left to be a congresswoman. So I know exactly when she started because she was leaving right as I was hired. I first started actually at the county in the commissioners, in the courthouse before it was, revitalized, and things were a little bit different looking there. But it has been my honor to serve the county. Currently, we have a 29 citizens board, but we have a workforce governing board, which is made up of the mayor of Fort Worth, the mayor of Arlington, and it's chaired, our chief of chiefs is the county judge, and I appreciate all he does. We've been honored. Our budget right now is more like $120 million. A lot of that is child care money. As legislation changed, we received the Trailblazer Award, a national award. But what I am most proud of is the thousands of citizens that we have put to work. We work with employers to help them find talent, but the years are really all about helping young adults, people who have had issues, people who have been laid off, putting them to work. And it is hard to leave. I appreciate all the thanks and resolutions, and I will miss working in this system. Thank you.
All right, now we have 3 resolutions. The first for Commissioner Fickus, the next for Commissioner Brooks and Dr. Brooks, and then the next for Commissioner Brooks. And we can do it however we want to. We can. I know our commissioners want to say a few words about each one, so we can do it after each resolution, or we can do it at the end, whichever it may be. But we're going to have some presentations and some photographs, so and give these gentlemen the opportunity to say anything and everything they want to say. So the first resolution is in honor and recognition of Commissioner Fickus. And reading a resolution after 18 years of service to Tarrant County and years of service to Southlake just doesn't quite do it justice. Commissioner Fickus has had a retirement party and a building dedication for naming the building after him, but I will tell you what my experience has been with Gary is he is a person that you can count on. He is a person who is honest. He is a person who has integrity. He's a person who keeps his word. It's never about Gary. It's about serving and doing right by the people of Tarrant County and his precinct. And I know that Gary has been an incredible force in transportation in Tarrant County, and so many of the road projects we have and so much of the lack of congestion we have in Tarrant County compared to some other large urban areas, even in Texas, a huge piece of that goes to Commissioner Fickus. He has had an honorable life of service. I'm grateful to call him a friend, and it's just been an honor to serve with you, and we're going to miss you. You've done a fantastic job. Commissioners, anything you'd like to say?
Yes. So I got elected, and before I got sworn in, I said, well, let me call Commissioner Fickus. I don't know Commissioner Fickus. It took him about 2.5 weeks to call me back. And I was like, oh, hell. Am I going to have problems out of this guy? And he called, and we spoke almost 2 hours. And I instantly fell in love with him. I appreciate your guidance. You're always picking up the phone when I call, your advice, your hugs. He is a kind gentleman, and I appreciate you and thank you for your support of me in this tough position. So thank you and congratulations to you. I told him out there, I said, well, what did I tell you, goodbye or see you later or something like that? And he said, no, I'm not going away. And I said, your butt won't be here next week, so you're leaving us. So congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for your service and leadership and guidance.
I'd like to say to my friend 3 that it's been a joy serving with you the last 18 years. I remember vividly when you had your transplant surgery. And I remember that it was a pretty tough go there for a while. But I said to Gary, before he went to the hospital for that surgery, that if he woke up and felt the need to sing doo-wop songs, that he had gotten a black liver. He took that very well. And as his hair began to grow back in and his sideburns were jet black and curly, I said,
We were pretty sure.
Gary, thank you for always being a gentleman. Thank you for always being a friend. Thank you for always separating our personal relationship from our political one. Because if you didn't, that relationship may not have survived. I wish you the absolute best in your every future endeavor. And I don't want today to be the last time I see or talk to you. We've been together too long to cut it off just because our terms end. I am pleased to call you friend and to call you brother. I'll always be there for you, Gary. And best wishes to you and Kathy as y'all figure out retirement. If you figure it out, call me and tell me what you
We probably should have let Commissioner Brooks go last. I don't have any black liver stories. But I do have a lot of fond memories and stories from the past several years of walking into rooms and hearing dozens, if not hundreds of people in those rooms hearing their reverence for Commissioner Fickus. Their reverence when it comes to what he's done in our community on transportation, what he's done for public safety, what he did for the town of Southlake and every other neighborhood that touches our area. I think Commissioner Fickus, his reputation precedes him everywhere he goes, and someone like him truly will never retire. I think Gary has left an indelible mark on Tarrant County, and you've left a mark on me. When it comes to focusing on the greater area, when it comes to focusing on North Texas and Texas in general, you truly have shown us what it means to be a public servant. You've shown me, certainly, Gary. So I appreciate your friendship, and you know, if you ever need a road built out there in Northeast, just call me.
Right.
So here's the resolution. In recognition of Commissioner Gary Fickus, Commissioner Gary Fickens has dedicated 18 years of his life to serve as Tarrant County Commissioner of Precinct 3, offering steadfast leadership to the people of Tarrant County. Throughout his tenure, Commissioner Fickens has been a devoted advocate to the residents of Tarrant County, consistently working to improve the quality of life for those he serves. Before becoming a county commissioner, Commissioner Fickens served as mayor of the city of Southlake from 1989 to 1996, where his leadership played a pivotal role in the creation of Southlake Town Square and the economic boom that followed. Commissioner Fickens has demonstrated outstanding leadership in his collaboration with various municipalities within Precinct 3, notably his role in the DFW Connector Project, a transformative effort that improved connectivity across 7 major highways and became the highest funded transportation project at the time in the nation. During his service, Commissioner Fickens founded the Tarrant Transportation Summit, the largest transportation-related event in North Texas, providing valuable updates and education to the public, businesses, and community leaders. Commissioner Fickens has prioritized providing resources and information to the senior community through the formation of the Empowering Seniors Expo, a lifestyle and wellness expo for seniors and caregivers. Commissioner Fickens has served as the chairman of the Tarrant Regional Transportation Coalition, chairman of the Regional Transportation Council, chairman of the Public Employee Benefits Cooperative, member of NACO Large Urban County Caucus, and is vice chair of the NACO Transportation Steering Committee. Commissioner Fickens has also been a longtime member of the Lions Club, a Rotarian, and served on many other boards and commissions. As Commissioner Fickens prepares for his well-deserved retirement on December 31st, 2024, he will do so alongside his wife Kathy, children and grandchildren, and it is with profound gratitude that we acknowledge the extraordinary contributions of Commissioner Fickens, whose leadership has shaped Tarrant County in lasting ways. And I'll make a motion, we adopt this resolution.
Second.
Motion, second, third, and fourth. Any discussion? All right, please cast your vote. All right, passes unanimously. Commissioner Fickens.
It's been a pleasure and an honor to serve with this group of men and women. It's been a pleasure and an honor to represent the people who live in Precinct 3. We've had a lot of fun. We've gotten a lot done. There's still plenty to do. And I know our predecessor will jump in there and start getting it done. I'm honored that all of you come here, our staff, our constituents, they come here on a weekly basis to talk to us. We don't always do exactly what they want, but quite often we try. And we do hear you. I know sometimes you think we don't, but we do. And I appreciate the fact that you take your time to come down and visit us. I want to thank our judge. You know, when Tim came in, it was kind of like that box of chocolates. Wasn't real sure what we had here, but I tell you what, he's a man of honor. He is. I think he's done a fantastic job in leading us, and I appreciate that he listens to his members. And for that, I certainly appreciate that. My wife and I and family are going to take some time off. Not sure where we're going to end up or where we're going to go, but we're going to be on the go somewhere. I have been on the go for a long time, and I'm going to keep it up and look forward to it. And I hope to see many of you as we're traveling through our precinct and the county in general. So thank you for the opportunity to serve, and it's been fun. Most of it. About 99% of it's been wonderful. So, and Chandler, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. There is one special guest who is going to speak to us, honoring Gary right now. Before I bring him up, I would like Gary's wife, Kathy, who's in the audience, to stand up so we can recognize you. And speaking to honor Gary is his son, Corey Fox.
Well, Commissioner Fickus, through my last 44 years, you've had a lot of names. You've had a lot of titles that you've gone by, from Commissioner Fickus, Fikes, Fickles, Fickers, Flickies, government, mayor, city council member, dad, and then in the last decade, Pawpaw. All of that, though, has built a legacy of service to your family, both me and my sister and brother, my wife and my kids, service to the church that we've attended, and to the community. And I can't think of a better lasting impression and legacy to leave us. And I thank you for all that you've done. And we're glad that we now just get to call you Pawpaw, and you get to take a break from this. So I hope you enjoy your retirement. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the resolution honoring Commissioner Brooks will be done by Commissioner Simmons. But before we get to that, when I learned that on this December 31st of 2024, it will be Commissioner Brooks' last day in office, but it will also be the celebration of his 50th wedding anniversary. I thought, we're not letting that go without a resolution honoring 50 incredible years. What a testament to marriage and family both of you are. So this is a resolution honoring Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks and Dr. Jennifer Giddings Brooks on the joyous occasion of their upcoming 50th wedding anniversary. The Tarrant County Commissioners Court is honored to celebrate extraordinary achievements that exemplify the strength of commitment, the enduring power of love, and the importance of family, especially as demonstrated by those who dedicate their lives to serving others. Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks and Dr. Jennifer Giddings Brooks have reached the remarkable milestone of 50 years of marriage, a testament to their love, respect, and unwavering support for one another. Their union has been further enriched by their shared commitment to faith, family, and community, serving as an inspiration to all who know them. Commissioner and Dr. Brooks are the parents of two accomplished adult children whose lives reflect their parents' love and guidance, and are also the delighted grandparents of a cherished and no doubt spoiled grandchild who brings them great joy. Over the course of their marriage, Roy Charles Brooks and Jennifer Giddings Brooks have exemplified the principles of partnership and service, contributing to the well-being of their family and the broader community. Now therefore be it resolved, the Tarrant County Commissioners Court does hereby extend its heartfelt congratulations to Commissioner Brooks and Dr. Brooks on the joyous occasion of their 50th wedding anniversary. Congratulations to you both. That is remarkable. I will make a motion to adopt this resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? passes unanimously.
Thank you, Judge O'Hara. And Jennifer, please. Years of marriage is no small feat. Somebody asked me once, how do you stay married for so long? And my answer was, one day at a time, sweet Jesus. Jennifer, the last 50 years have been the best, one day at a time, of my entire life. Speak.
I just want to say thank you so much to Judge O'Hara and commissioners for recognizing us in this way. This is going to be, I thought, since he was retiring, this would just be a very quiet kind of 2 weeks, and then we'll get through December 31st, and then we move from there. So thank you for making this such a special opportunity for us to come and be with other people, and for people to know how much we appreciate and love this community, and how much we appreciate and love one another. Roy likes to tell people when they say, well, how did you meet and how are you able to stay together so long? And he tells people that I picked him up. I really kind of did at a party. But we have enjoyed every moment of giving back to this community. And thank you so much for recognizing us. We appreciate it.
Thank you both.
I would also like to recognize half of our progeny, our daughter Royce.
Thank y'all very much, and good to see you, Mrs. Progeny. So, all right. So now we'll get to the recognition honoring Commissioner Brooks. After we do that and have some people who want to speak on behalf of Commissioner Brooks come up, we're going to play a couple of videos. And then we will take a break for pictures of everyone and presentations of things and watches and all kinds of stuff. So we'll take a break to do that. Commissioner Simmons.
Thank you. Okay, this resolution recognizing Tarrant County Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks on 20 years of elective office and service to Tarrant County communities. But before we do that, let's hear from court members who might have something to say or share about Commissioner Brooks. Would you like to go first?
I'm going first this time. Commissioner Brooks, you have taught me so much in 2 years about putting your party aside, putting politics aside, and discussing and focusing on the people that we serve. I recall many conversations where you and I would discuss an issue, we would discuss a project, we would discuss something, and your response was never about politics. It was always about people, and it was always about what was best for the community. I appreciate that more than you know. I also know that you've served on this court in the minority for a very long time. And you say it all the time. You say you know how to count to 3, but you also have been extremely productive for your precinct. You have served them so well, as evidenced by the folks that come out to honor you, not just today, but all the time. You are the most visible commissioner that I've known in the community. You're out there actually talking to the folks that you serve and getting their feedback, getting their advice, and you follow it. You follow their advice and you follow their feedback because that's what your precinct wants you to do. I appreciate that. I also appreciate that in your final year in office, you knew you weren't going to run again. When I would come to you with seemingly wild ideas and say, thinking about doing this in my precinct, makes a lot of sense to me, and we've never done this before. You didn't say, hey, we don't do it that way. You said, that sounds great. I want to do it in my precinct too. That means more to me, knowing that you were always an outside-of-the-box thinker, than anything else. And so I appreciate serving with you. I appreciate getting to become your friend, and I appreciate learning from you. So thank you for your service, Commissioner Brooks.
Thank you, Mayor.
When I think about Roy, I automatically think about constituents. He has always put his constituents at the front of the line. And that says a lot about this gentleman. And I say gentleman, he's truly a gentleman. If you haven't sat up here and learned from him on how to treat people who come before you, it's really, I think, one of the hallmarks of not just what you do, but this court, but you do it better than the rest of us. I will say that. And I've always thought that. I appreciate all the work you put into serving the people. And if you can do that, you can move mountains. And you move mountains. Some of them big, some of them little, but you moved them. And we appreciate that. So have a great retirement. You should have a ton of money. As long as you've been here. So spend it wisely. I know you will. And you and Jennifer have a great, great time over the next 20, 30 years. Who knows? So,
God willing.
God willing. Thank you.
These old guys are funny, aren't they? They got jokes, black kidney. You know how much money he has. While there is a lot I could say and am not going to say because I have to read the proclamation, I don't cry, I don't want to cry. So Commissioner Brooks has been a role model for so many, including me. Just down through the years as a volunteer, I didn't just get to the commissioner's court like that. I was a room mom and PTA this and all that for decades. But in serving, I looked for people who I respected and who did what I wanted to do, was doing what I wanted to do. And that's serve those who think they are voiceless, the marginalized. I have everything I could ever want in life. I'm spoiled. I'm a 60-year-old spoiled. My parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, I'm spoiled. But there are people who exist in our communities who are not as blessed. So my passion is always for those considered the least of these. And so is his. So it was good to find somebody years ago who I could emulate, steal ideas from, and pattern myself after. So I thank you for being that role model for me and so many, so many. I told him in his office, I just walked in and the walls are bare. I said, don't go. He's like, what'd you tell me? Too late, that train is rolled. Wasn't very nice or kind. It's like, get over it. And I don't know if you remember, my oldest son, who's 36 now, used to be one of your interns, Donnie, way back when. So he's always impacted my family and so many other families. And I appreciate you. Going to miss you. No, I'm not. I'm going to call you. And Gary, you too, so don't you think? Congratulations, and have fun, I guess, since you're leaving us. All right.
Thanks.
So I had never met Commissioner Brooks until he came to my swearing in, I think on January 1. And I had no earthly idea what to expect. I'm sure he felt double that. And I can honestly say, I don't think I've ever met an elected official in all of my years being involved in politics that has more class than Roy Brooks. He is truly a class individual, a humble man. And if you ever want to look at someone to emulate when it comes to family, it's Commissioner Brooks. The way he beamed when his grandchild was on the way and how he was going down to see his grandchild and just the way he talks about his family. We are a nation that needs good, strong male role models now more than ever. And you are one that is truly a role model and someone to emulate when it comes to family and children. You have treated me with tremendous respect. Even when I did or said something dumb, you were still honorable and decent. And I've never said this to you, but I admire you, and I'm going to miss you. And I think you have been an incredibly valuable addition to this court, and you have taught me so much. I'm just grateful to know you, and I'm here anytime you ever need to call me for anything. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, here's our resolution. Whereas Roy Charles Brooks stands at the forefront of one of the fastest growing urban counties in the United States. Tarrant County serves a population of approximately 2.2 million residents. And whereas for decades, Roy Charles Brooks has represented his community as a volunteer, elected city official, and Tarrant County Commissioner of Precinct 1. And whereas Commissioner Brooks is committed to the health and welfare of all people and has established initiatives to support this commitment, including Team Health to reduce disparities in communities of color, Tarrant County Nurse Family Partnership to support expecting mothers, Healthy Lives Matter to encourage prostate cancer screenings and Alzheimer's disease awareness, and the Tarrant County Infant Mortality Council to support live births. And whereas in July of 2017, Commissioner Brooks was elected president of NACO, the National Association of Counties, where he championed serving the underserved, counties addressing poverty, to challenge counties to see their role in breaking cycles of multi-generational poverty by funding early childhood development programs and mitigating adverse childhood experiences. And whereas during his tenure, Commissioner Brooks developed a partnership between NACO and the J.B. and M.K. Pritzker Family Foundation to establish 25 local child impact sites across the U.S., including in Tarrant County, to provide developmental assessments and referrals to thousands of infants and toddlers. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Commissioners Court of Tarrant County, do hereby recognize and congratulate Roy Charles Brooks upon the celebration of 20 years of dedicated service as Commissioner of Tarrant County Precinct 1. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hands and caused the seal of Tarrant County to be affixed this 17th day of December, 2024. I move approval of this resolution.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the resolution. Any discussion? All right, please cast your vote. Passes unanimously. Commissioner Brooks.
Why don't we hear from the speakers first, and then I'll go last.
So
How
we,
about videos? Do you want the videos to be played after the speakers before you go, or?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know what the videos are.
All right, so the first one I have is Dion Bagsby Jones.
hold on just a second, Judge. I'm gonna, is Mayor Matty Parker still here?
No.
Okay.
Mayor and Michael Crane
Okay.
had to leave.
Yeah, they left.
Okay. Do you want me to? All right. So we've got a bunch of speakers. I have the list. We have some in person and we have some online via Zoom. So I have those lists, Judge, if okay. Dion Bagsby Jones, hi.
Hello. It seems as though every time I come here, I get emotional for a number of reasons, because there are so many memories here. And Roy, thank you. For a brief moment, I forgot about that tradition of bringing song into this venue, and I just appreciate that, because I felt your warmth and my mother's spirit. And yeah. County Judge O'Hare, esteemed members of Commissioners Court, my name is Dion Ann Bagsby Jones, and I am the daughter of Dion Phillips Bagsby, the first African American and female to serve Tarrant County as commissioner. I often heard my mother say, I am not a politician. I am a public servant, and there is a difference. She was dedicated to acting in the interests of others, strengthening communities, and solving shared challenges with integrity, vision, dedication. Today, as we honor Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks, we celebrate a life lived in the spirit of that commitment. In 2004, my mother looked back on her career, where she had accomplished 80% of her vision for Tarrant County. And she was secure that the man taking her seat
was prepared to do the work to extend her vision and to complete his. In the last 20 years, Roy Brooks has been a deft hand at engaging our community, improving infrastructure, and expanding countywide access to quality health care. Like my mother, Roy is a distinguished member of Tarrant County's legacy. He's leaving office, but there is still a generation of leaders to encourage, mentor, and inspire. Commissioner Brooks, it has been my honor to see you serve and pour your heart in serving our community. And I want to say thank you for being my county commissioner. I think if my mother was here, she would say, Roy, job well done. On to the next thing. I love you, Roy. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being my big brother.
Next, we have Reverend Bruce Datcher. Is Reverend Datcher? Yes, there he is. And after Reverend Datcher, we have Blake Mormon.
Your Honor, Commissioners, Commissioner Brooks, I rise just to say thank you. Serving in the Stop 6 community for the last 22 years, and the work and the labor that you have exhibited in our community, not just Stop 6, but throughout Tarrant County, throughout the state of Texas, even throughout this nation. We are grateful for everything that you have done. We wish you much success as you continue to move forward. We pray God's speed as you head into this next chapter of your life. But on a personal note, I just wanted to come today to say thank you. When we started to build the Bright Outlook Center 12 years ago, your work, your direction, and whatever this community need, you were always there and always has been there. So once again, may God continue to bless you, keep you, and just enjoy what God, the time that God will allow you as you move forward. God bless you.
After Mr. Mormon, we have Adrian Gray.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks, I too just simply wanted to rise to say thank you. Thank you on behalf of my family. Thank you for always being there for the various community organizations that you've supported throughout these years, in particular the NAACP Fort Worth Tarrant County branch, the Jubilee Theater, the Greater Fort Worth and Tarrant County Martin Luther King Holiday Committee, just to name a few. And lastly, I simply want to say again, thank you for always being a friend, for always being there, for always supporting this community, and for loving us all. Thank you, brother.
After Mr. Gray, and it looks like the brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, we will have Bishop Kirkland.
Good morning to Judge O'Hare and the Commissioner's Court. We appreciate you for affording us this opportunity
to give congratulations and thanks to our dear brother, Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks. Fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. 1 Timothy 6:12. Commissioner Brooks, because you chose daily to fight the good fight of faith, the Tarrant County community is a better place. The residents that you have advocated for are in a better place, and though there is still much work to do, you have inspired a new generation of leaders to carry the torch for justice, fairness, equal opportunity, and love for one another. Even in tired moments, you endured. Though tested as a man, you persevered, and the Tarrant County community was not too heavy of a burden for you to bear. Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated develops leaders, promotes brotherhood and academic excellence while providing service and advocacy for our communities. You have embodied the mission statement of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. You have held the light up high, and though you have walked with kings, you have never lost your common touch. Your community thanks you, your brothers thank you, and I thank you. God bless you, Commissioner Brooks. I say that. Currently serving as chapter president for the Beta Tau Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, seated in Fort Worth, Texas, and I thank my brothers for standing with me. And because we know, Commissioner Brooks, you have not walked this journey alone, we also have brought a dozen yellow roses for your lovely wife to present to her.
I feel like we ought to sing the fraternity hymn. Thank you, brother.
Okay, next we'll have Daryl Davis. Mr. President, welcome.
Thank you, Commissioner Simmons, Judge O'Hare, members of the court. Crowley Independent School District resolution for Tarrant County Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks. We, the Board of Trustees, Superintendent, and staff of Crowley Independent School District, extend our heartfelt gratitude and congratulations to Tarrant County Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks on his retirement. Commissioner Brooks spearheaded many programs in Tarrant County, including the Tarrant County Ex-Offender Reentry Program, Nurse Family Partnership, and a Blue Ribbon Task Force on health care for the homeless. Whereas Tarrant County Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks has dedicated decades of distinguished public service to the citizens of Tarrant County, demonstrating an unwavering commitment to improving the quality of life for all. And whereas Commissioner Brooks has been a steadfast advocate for equitable access to education, healthcare, economic development, and social justice, leaving a lasting mark on our community through his visionary leadership. And whereas his exemplary efforts in public health initiatives, including addressing disparities in healthcare and championing mental health resources, have profoundly impacted countless families and individuals in Tarrant County. And whereas Commissioner Brooks has consistently demonstrated a commitment to collaboration, fostering partnerships between local governments, school districts, and community organizations to address critical issues and create sustainable solutions. And whereas, as an esteemed leader, Commissioner Brooks has inspired countless individuals through his integrity, passion, and tireless dedication to public service. And whereas the Crowley Independent School District Board of Trustees recognizes and deeply appreciates Commissioner Brooks' longstanding support for public education and his efforts to ensure that every student has the opportunity to succeed. And now, therefore, be it resolved that this resolution serve as a testament to Commissioner Brooks' extraordinary career and enduring legacy of service, which will continue to inspire generations to come, and that a copy of this resolution be presented to Commissioner Brooks as a symbol of our deepest respect, admiration, and best wishes for a fulfilling and joyous retirement. issued this 12th day of December 2024 by the Crowley Independent School District Board of Trustees, signed by my hand as well as the other 6 members of our Board of Trustees in behalf of the more than 17,000 students of Crowley Independent School District. Thank you for your service, sir.
I thought you were leaving. We got at least an hour left.
Next up is Bishop Kirkland. And after Bishop Kirkland is Christine Moss.
As gatekeeper for our village, I thank Jehovah, the Creator, the Most High, for Commissioner Roy C. Brooks. 30 years of service. Your shoulders appear to be small, but they are broad. In 2005, you were a catalyst in the Tarrant County Offenders Reentry Program. In 2008, you showed your interest and support for establishing Tarrant County Nurses and Family Partnership. Thank you for formulating a plan to address the growing high school dropout rate and introducing technology for disadvantaged students, as well as the laptop program that you established for those students. Commissioner, it was you that reminded our village, I'm wearing new glasses and they're not working. Commissioner, it was you that reminded our village that truancy was a community issue. Thank you so much. In 2013, no one was paying attention to trafficking of humans, but yet you were already on the job. Prostate cancer is a growing and mostly silent killer because by the time the diagnosis is made, we already are between a rock and a hard place. In 2014, you garnished attention to the rapid ongoing pace of this disease in our village. And as a prostate cancer survivor, I want to say thank you. In 2016, your work with the Alzheimer's disease education program was an honor for our village. And again, it is one of those things that affect our village more than any other village. During 2022, during the Jackie Craig crisis, you challenged us to stand up, and you heard our voice, and you said to us that we wanted to have an impact, we needed to vote. Sir, thank you so much for being who you are down here, as much as you're respected, but never losing your brotherly touch. Just recently, the Kyrie Campbell issue was being blared and echoed in the walls of this chamber. You did not say a word. You moved stealthily and silently, and you resolved the issue behind the scene. I never saw any of those people that complained to you come back to this place to say thank you for what you've done. Even more than that, recently a 13-year-old member of our village by the name of Apollo Mason was just killed. You didn't hesitate. You stepped up and you helped the family with what they needed to make it through their crisis. I want to say thank you for one of our brother-to-brother conversations in your chamber, where we had to get clear some things that we didn't rightly agree with at the time, but I'm grateful that two men could sit down and work out our differences. And I want to say thank you. Sir, in your own words, you said some are apple tree shakers, some are apple gatherers. We cannot always do both. We have to do one or the other. I'm proud as hell to say I'm an apple tree shaker, and I'm even prouder to say that you are a gatherer. God bless you and your beautiful wife, Matriarch Judith.
Ms. Christine Moss, followed by Justin Saucedo with the Young Men's Leadership Academy.
Good morning, Judge O'Hara and commissioners, and a special good morning to my commissioner, Roy Charles Brooks. I am Christine Chadwick Moss, a former Fort Worth ISD trustee for 29 years. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. I am here to express my deep appreciation for Commissioner Brooks for his remarkable contributions to the Fort Worth ISD students over the years. And it didn't just start midterm. He started when he became commissioner. His unwavering dedication and support have significantly impacted the educational experiences of countless students. Commissioner Brooks has always seized opportunities to serve students in the Fort Worth ISD. Excuse me. I vividly remember the excitement of the students at Dunbar 6th Grade Center when they received the new laptops that Commissioner Brooks provided. This was the first time many of these students were ever exposed to laptops because Fort Worth ISD did not have funds. The program Commissioner Brooks created, Generation Hope, laptop program for middle school students, ensured they received laptops in the 8th grade. Throughout the years, these students were exposed to STEM classes and STEM experiences. The program impressed Tarrant County College so much that the chancellor designated it as a special interest program on the South Campus. Now, I also recall the principal at Van Zant Glen Elementary School expressed concern about her students coming to school day after day with dirty clothes, wearing the same dirty clothes. Now, Commissioner Brooks supported Van Zant Glen in 76104 by purchasing essential items and a washer and dryer. Additionally, I often called on him to address potholes on school campuses in District 3, and he replaced entire parking lots, especially the back parking lot at Dunbar High School and other parking lots in the school district. Commissioner Brooks consistently attended career days, reading days, honor roll days, and any opportunity to help students. He was always accessible and dependable, and that's what you want to see in an elected official. He always returned calls regardless of the circumstances. Parents eagerly waited each year for Commissioner Brooks to come out and serve all of the parents, well, the students in the back to school supply. Commissioner Brooks always brought, I don't know how many people he served, but he had an annual back to school supply. and we looked forward to that. Commissioner Brooks also awards a yearly scholarship to one Fort Worth ISD girl and one Fort Worth ISD boy. Your legacy, supporting all of our schools, is well known, well documented, and deeply appreciated. Thank you again for the opportunity to speak, and thank you, Commissioner Brooks. Congratulations. Now, you have heard the song. He has done so much for me, I cannot tell it all. So today, Commissioner Brooks has done so much for Fort Worth ISD, we cannot tell it all. And we do appreciate your services. And thank you again, and congratulations. And I know you will retire and enjoy the grandson. Thank you.
Justin Salcedo, and then after that, our last speaker is Kelly Allen Gray.
Good morning. Hello, can everyone hear me? Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jared Salcedo from the Young Men's Leadership Academy, class of 2023. And after hearing everything Commissioner Brooks has done, I realize how small my thing is, but it still means a lot to me that he managed to do it. Just to give y'all some quick insight, I met Commissioner Brooks my senior year of high school, and it was during a meeting about funding for a senior trip we were wanting to do, and I saw how sharply dressed he was, and what really drew my attention was his bow tie, and I had to ask him about it. And that inadvertently turned to a conversation that he will, in fact, bring me a bow tie. And in fact, tie it for me for my prom. So what that told me is that no matter how small something is, Commissioner Brooks will come. And I believe he was heading to a fancy dinner with his lovely wife as well. So he still took time out of his day for me, no matter how small it was. And I can't thank you enough. And I'm sure as many as these people can't thank you enough for everything you've done for us, Commissioner Brooks. Thank you.
Is Kelly Allen Gray here? Okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Kelly.
I don't remember a time not knowing you, Commissioner Brooks. I was sitting there trying to think, when did I meet you? And I don't remember not knowing you. I don't remember not knowing how diplomatic you are. I don't remember not knowing how concerned you are about people. And I don't remember not ever knowing of a time that I have called you, sent you a text, and you have not answered or text back immediately. And for that, I say thank you. I remember at the I Am Turl luncheon just before COVID, my son Rylan walked up to you and he told you that by the time the November election came, he was going to be 18 years old and he was going to be casting his first vote for you. And he was so excited, and you were talking to him, and when he came back to the table, I said, Rylan, what did Commissioner Brooks say? And he said, that's for me to know and you never to find out. And I thought, well, really? And so this morning when I said I was coming here, he said, you know, that was the very first person I voted for. I said, yeah, I know, and I still never know that conversation. And he said, and you never will, Mom.
And so for whatever it was that you said to my son, thank you. Because he makes it a point to vote in every election. And it does not matter that we are voters. Because of you, he is very dedicated to allowing his voice to be heard. I want, as I stand here with our Associate Executive Director of AIDS Outreach Center, Johnny Welburn, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being an advocate for the least of those in our community. During my time on council, we worked really, really hard on our homelessness issues along East Lancaster and making sure that services, good services, quality services were provided to those persons who are unhoused and those shelters. But as I made that transition and I found myself at AIDS Outreach Center, you were the first person that I called to say, help me better understand what is going on in Tarrant County and how to navigate that system. You showed up, you spent a day with us, and by the time you left, we had a mural that we were going to paint that has your image immortalized forever with a beautiful bow tie. But one of the things that you said to me that day was you said, you have to make sure that the conversation carries on around HIV and AIDS. You have to be able to tell the story that HIV and AIDS does not discriminate. It does not care about your sex. It does not care about your gender. It does not care about your religion. It does not care. And you have to get tested and you have to know your status. 3 years later, that is still the song we are singing, and we are doing it very well out in the community. The last thing you told me was you have to make sure that African American women understand that we are the newest and highest diagnosed cases of HIV across our country. You have to be able to tell that story. Every day we tell that story. Commissioner, thank you for all that you have done in our community, all that you do in our community. And I know that you do not do this on your own. Miss Jennifer is the wind beneath your wings, because this walk is tiring, it gets weary, it is thankless, and it is all of those other adjectives that most people who've never been in the space of being elected understand or know. But we see you, we see all of you, and we thank you for your service. We may not always agree with it, but we see you and we thank you. You are the prime example and the epitome of servant leadership, and I get to model my life after those who've come before me, so thank you. Commissioner Fickus, thank you for your service. I wish you both well in your retirement. Peace, love, and blessings.
And finally, once again, this is our last person, Dr. Keon Anderson.
Good morning. First of all, I want to thank the court for allowing me to address you this morning. I want to thank Dr. Jennifer Brooks and the entire Brooks family for allowing me to come before you, and thank them for sharing such a distinguished gentleman, a fraternity brother, and just a good human with us all. As I sat down and pondered what I would say briefly about Commissioner Brooks, the word that just kept going over and over in my mind was prudence. See, prudence isn't something that we are born with. It is a derivative of experience. And Commissioner Brooks has exhibited that trait tremendously. And he has made an impact in the community, in our organization, profoundly. So today I'm going to use prudence because in my few years of following the commissioner, I have never seen him read a proclamation in its entirety, and I won't do that today. But what I will say is, Commissioner, you've served admirably. You're dedicated. You use your faith as a guidepost. You use your time, talent, and treasure to enhance the fellowship of Sigma Pi Phi Boule. And as Sire Archon of Delta Mu Boule, on this day, December 17th, 2024, I declare it the Roy Charles Brooks Day in Delta Mu Boule. I want to thank you. I wish you much success in your retirement, and I hope you and Jennifer enjoy your 50th wedding anniversary. Tarrant County, the state of Texas, and the United States of America are lucky to have you. You are a true patriot, and thank you.
If you will indulge me for just a few minutes.
We have other people.
You what?
We have other speakers. That is not very nice.
I'm sorry.
All right. All right, so we have some folks who have joined us virtually. Hit it. Is that how to? No, don't do it. Okay. So, are they going to all appear at once, or are we doing it one by one? Okay. So, Brooks Washington is our first online speaker.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Uncle Roy. Well, as Uncle Roy knows, I'm calling in from very far away. I'm in Nairobi, Kenya, and I am Uncle Roy's nephew, and I'm here to represent on behalf of my generation, some of my cousins. I was there the day that Uncle Roy was sworn in. I remember it vividly, standing in that room, and it's been an incredible honor and privilege to watch him since then. As many of you know, our family, the Brooks family, has really exemplified, and we were really raised with this idea of community service. And that was exemplified by our grandparents, and really that tradition and legacy was continued by my uncle. I've always remember coming home for the holidays, hearing Uncle Roy talking about Generation Hope, public health, and other amazing things. And it's just been such an inspiration and honor to be along for the journey as a member of the family. So thank you, Uncle Roy. Congratulations on this incredible legacy and your incredible accomplishments. Thank you for your inspiration and your support. And I can't wait to have some real downtime and be able to hang out as you entered into this new phase of your life.
Much love to you and your family, Brooks. Thank you.
Hey, Brooks, what time is it there?
It is just about 9 p.m.
Okay. So you're not up too late.
I'm not up too late, but I would have stayed up later. So thank you.
Next up, we have Jacqueline Bryant Campbell.
So our original list was about 10 people. I think we have about 5 online, so this one may or may not be on. So just
All right.
so you know.
So we'll move to John Engel.
Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Great. I'm not far away. I'm just down the street at Southwest High School where I'm the principal, but it is lunch duty and the week before we all get out, so I'm here at the high school. But I just want to take a moment and honor the Brooks family. I moved here from Maryland in 1997 to work under Jennifer Giddings Brooks at Edward J. Briscoe Elementary. The Brooks family, from the time I've gotten here, has taken me under their wings, treated me as one of their own, and has exemplified what a true power couple looks like. So congratulations on 50 years of marriage. What a great example you have set for so many young people to follow. For those of you who don't know, the motto of Briscoe Elementary is, "We believe we can achieve." Commissioner Brooks, you have made this possible for countless individuals in our city. Your work has empowered thousands of young people to reach their fullest potential. You have ensured that parents have the resources necessary to successfully support their children. You have made Fort Worth a better place to live and have ensured our children's future is bright. Thank you for always being there for the children, for the parents, and for me. Your legacy will continue in our city's success. Bravo, sir.
Thank you, John. Thanks to you, Cassie, and the kids.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. All right, next up is Marion Brooks Bryant.
Hey, Miss Mag.
Hey, Roy Brooks is my brother. Commissioner Roy Brooks is my brother, and it's been really great to see him embody the teachings of our parents, which was service is the cost we pay for the air we breathe. And Roy has embodied that very well, as Brooks, my nephew, indicated. And it's just been great to hear about all of the things that he's been doing today in this meeting. And I thank you for letting me speak and honor my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Mag.
Love you.
And finally, Marion Brooks.
So I am the commissioner's son, Marion. I'm here with my son, August Charles Brooks. He shares a middle name with the commissioner. I'll be pretty brief otherwise. Just want to thank the court and those assembled for honoring my dad. As already been stated repeatedly, he is truly one of a kind, and I hit the jackpot having him as a father. My whole life, you've been a role model for how to live a life of service, which your role as commissioner has provided a perfect vehicle for you to do. I witnessed on a daily basis how impactful you were, and it is without dispute that Tarrant County and the world are better for your service. Congratulations on a job well done. Thank you for all you do for our family as a son, a brother, a husband, a father, and now a poppy to August. On behalf of my wife, Shannon, August and I wish you all the best in retirement and can't wait to see a lot more of you now. We love you. August.
Love you too, son. Poppy loves it, August.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that is it. Would you like to make some remarks?
I would.
I'm sorry, Commissioner.
Prolonging.
Hold on.
So we do have those 3 videos to show as well.
hang on.
3 more videos, sir.
Just sit back. All right, next we have entertainment for you. And do they know which order, or do they have
Yes, they've got it assigned. Just if y'all are ready, we'll be happy to play.
We are ready for the tape.
Roll tape.
Y'all, please.
Hello, everyone. This is Michael Morris. I'm the Director of Transportation at the North Central Texas Council of Governments. It's a great honor to be able to support and give some positive comments to 2 of our elected officials from Tarrant County. Let me start with Commissioner Fickus. I think the key to his success in transportation is how we can leverage transportation funds. Sometimes it's with a nudge, sometimes it's with a push. But the top 3 projects that we've been involved in with the commissioner. First, State Highway 114 and State Highway 170. Obviously, the second group would be the managed lanes on both State Highway 183 and 35E, and how we would leverage funds to be able to accomplish those particular projects. And then most recently, the success in the Halfway Parkway and Alliance leveraging county money probably tenfold, if not more, with RTC funds, federal funds, and funding from Hillwood Alliance. So I think the key for me is Commissioner Fickus's commitment to public service and his ability to leverage funds to maximize the investment for the county. Commissioner Brooks, he leverages in a different way. He is a system thinker. The top three projects I have that I've had the pleasure to work with.
It's a pleasure to be here today to speak about two of the great gentlemen that I've met in my long time around the Tarrant County Commissioner's Courthouse and the Commission and the precincts involved in it. Roy Brooks is Commissioner for Precinct 1. He actually came into my orbit of knowledge and friendship way back when he was the Chief of Staff for his predecessor, Deon Bagsby. I think the greatest quality that you could look at Commissioner Brooks is he's a man of very steel civility. And I use that term in the sense that he will always ask you questions and make observations in the most gracious and helpful manner possible. But somehow he manages in the process of doing that to weave in discussion about his priorities and how can I help him make that happen. More importantly, how can I help him help his constituents make things happen that they want and need. So he always has phrased things with me in my long time in transportation efforts about what can we do for the people, what can we do for my constituents, but also what do we do for Tarrant County. A very cooperative civil person that learned that trait and great strength from his predecessor, and I'm sure in the career he had prior to that. We will miss him on the Commissioner's Court for sure in the community, but his legacy is long-lasting, 20 years of service on the court itself, almost 40 years to Tarrant County as a whole. That is an incredible life of service, civility, and results. Commissioner Fickus, I've not known for all of his long career. He started out in a position that's very near and dear to my heart, which is the mayor of the city of Southlake, and his efforts to really move Southlake into the next generation of transportation improvements is legendary. His commitment with then Alliance as it was starting in the area, that was a powerhouse combination that's continued to provide benefits here to the Metroplex for the 30 years since he was mayor. We were fortunate to have him come in 16 years ago as a member of the Commissioner's Court, replacing Glenn Whitley, who had moved to the county commissioner or the county judge's seat. And he continued his acts of aggressive but yet very civil, again, attempts to improve the lot and life of the citizens within his precinct. But just like Commissioner Brooks, he also did so in a manner as what's best for Tarrant County, and just as importantly, what's best for the region. He served on the Regional Transportation Council for almost all the time, I believe, that he was on the Commissioner's Court. Certainly, he took the position that after Judge Whitley had retired as the senior statesman for this area. His achievements are legendary. One that I'm very proud to hopefully help continue that tradition with is the Tarrant County Transportation Summit that we will continue to put on, and he is the honoree name, and rightfully so, of our whole effort going forward in the future years. So to both gentlemen, wish you the best going forward. Your legacies are very secure in Tarrant County, in North Texas, and really for that matter, for the state of Texas as well. Thank you again for your service. Privileged to work with you all these years.
I think we have one more.
Okay.
We had to change the reel really quick. Best I could come up with.
Hey, Roy and Gary, thank you for your tremendous service, not just to Tarrant County, but to all of North Texas, and congratulations on your retirement.
And congratulations for me too, having worked with both of you on national committees and seeing what you really do for the people not only Tarrant County, but the country.
Thank you for your leadership, Commissioner. You will be missed. Come and say hola de vez en cuando.
Thank you, Commissioner Pickens and Commissioner Brooks. I love you guys. You have been such mentors for me on the national scale with NACO. Showed me how county government is actually important. So I really appreciate your work and have a wonderful, wonderful part 2 of your life with your vacation. I'm sorry, with your retirement.
Well, Commissioners, hopefully you'll take a vacation now that you're retired. So enjoy your time and thank you for your service. Happy retirement.
Happy holidays.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone who came to speak on behalf of Commissioner Brooks. I learned some things today I did not know before. We're going to take a break after Commissioner Brooks speaks. We will take a 15-minute recess to take pictures and breaks and everything. Commissioner Brooks.
I just have to thank some people this morning. 34 years in Tarrant County government seems like a lifetime because it's almost half a lifetime. It's been a great joy to be able to serve the people of Tarrant County for such a long time and to get some things accomplished along the way. But I could not have done any of that without the people who are going to be shown on this set of photographs. Chandler? Hit it. First of all, my parents, Dr. Marion Brooks and my mom, Marie Norris Brooks. My dad practiced medicine here in Tarrant County for over 50 years. He delivered generations of babies in this community. My mom was the bedrock of our family. She kept the train running on time for me and my siblings. We were a group of 5. And she still found the time to be an election judge in Tarrant County for over 30 years. The next group I need to thank is my family. You've already heard from my son, Marion. You've met my daughter, Royce. You've heard from my wife, Jennifer. But also, my sister Carol is here in the room. She lives on the other side of the Trinity, but she gets over here as often as she can. Next, to the very best administrative staff in county government. I could not do a thing, including probably remember my name, if it weren't for y'all. And the interesting thing about this group of people is that they serve as well. They each are encouraged to pick a project in the community that they want to support. And they're given time to go and do whatever that thing is. Parenthetically, my two executive administrators have stepped forward to offer themselves in service in public office. Jeanette Martinez is the Fort Worth City Councilwoman for District 11, and Roderick Miles will take his place on this dais whenever y'all meet after January the 1st. I don't know when that's going to be. I don't want to know when that's going to be. I'm not going to be watching you on the live feed. If you need me, call me and I'll answer the phone, but I will not be following your each and every move. And finally, y'all met August Charles Brooks. He is my only grandchild, and he's the joy of his papa's life. And I hope that whatever I do in retirement, it will include seeing him at least once a month in his home in Pasadena, California. Finally, I want to say thank you to Ms. Norma Roby, who has been my campaign treasurer each and every time I've run for this office. Norma, you're batting 1,000 because I never lost when you were on my team. Also to my dear friend, Senator Beverly Powell. She and Charlie have been there for me each and every step of my journey. Charlie serves on the board of my 501c3 and he never misses an event. Outstanding community servants, each one, and dear, 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 dear friends. To the people of Tarrant County Precinct 1, thank you for the opportunity to serve. Together, we've accomplished a lot, and I know that you will give my successor, the Commissioner-elect Roderick Miles, the same level of support that I've enjoyed from you over the last 20 years as your commissioner. That's all, folks. You'll call a break now, Judge.
You can count on it. So it's 12:12. We will recess. We will be back in here to resume court at 12:27. We are adjourned, or in recess. Breaking the rules on the last day, Roy. Jeez. All right, we live now? Okay, all right. We are back from recess. Next item on the agenda is approval of the consent agenda as amended. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended?
Second.
Have a motion, have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote. Passes unanimously, which now brings us to the minutes. This item was pulled. All right.
Move approval.
We have a motion to approve the minutes. Do we have a second? We have a second.
I have it.
I got you. Any discussion?
Yes, I would like to change an error on my vote from last court. It was on the DA's agenda. It was item number XF3. It was consideration of settlement agreement and full, final, and complete release signed by Christina Salinas. It was a suit filed against Tarrant County case number 422 CV00318P. I move to approve the minutes with an addendum to reflect my approval of agenda item XF3. My vote against the item was inadvertent, and I intended to vote for its passage.
Okay, so we already have a motion and a second. Do you wish to make an amendment to the motion
Yes.
to include that you wished for the item to be, you wish to vote for the item?
Yes, I would like to amend the motion if that's possible.
Okay. So we have a second on the motion amendment. Do you wish to accept her amendment?
Yes.
All right. So now we have a motion with an amendment. Do we have to vote on the amendment and then the motion? Is that how you do it? Okay. All in favor of the motion to amend, please cast your vote. And I guess if you're not in favor, cast your vote. That's how we do it. All right, so it passes unanimously, and so now we will take a vote on the actual motion to approve the minutes as amended. If there's no discussion, please cast your vote there. All right, that passes unanimously.
Thank you for your consideration.
Brings us to item 9A1. I'll move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, please cast your vote. All right, it passes unanimously. Item A2, I'll move to approve that as well. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? All right, please cast your vote. Passes unanimously. Brings us to item A3, which is to consider out-of-state travel requests.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve that item. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, please cast your vote. Passes unanimously. Brings us up to A4, which was removed from consent. Item A4 is consideration of the issuance of Series 2024 Retirement Facility Revenue Bonds. I'll move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion before speakers? I got you. Any discussion before speakers? Okay, seeing none, we have two speakers, Gerald and Jackie Cox and Reed Bills.
Thank you, Commissioners. This is a motion that concerns whether the county should approve $82 million worth of tax-exempt bonds to go to the Staten, which is pretty much a luxury retirement community. It's a request to approve $81 million in tax-free revenue bond funding for 188 independent living units. They are really luxurious. I've been there to visit. 42 assisted living units, also luxurious, and 46 skilled nursing beds. I've not gone to visit that, together with common areas and parking areas. You are, in your capacity, really kind of guardians for the question of whether this is a worthwhile way to spend public federal tax money. Because essentially the $81 million will come out of the Treasury and it will be used to buy bonds and pay off, to set up a bond program, which will be repaid with money from the residents. Residents who get into this facility must pay an entry fee of $354,000, and they pay a minimum for an efficiency apartment of something like $4,062 per month. This is not a facility for people in financial need. It is not public housing for moderate income. It's not lower moderate income housing. It's luxury housing for people who can afford to pay a $535 a month an initial fee to get in. It's $500,000 to get into the building, to live there. So the question is whether they really have shown the necessity for such project will assist in the maintenance of public health and provide public health facilities for the promotion and development of health, all for the public purpose of promoting the health and welfare of citizens in the state of Texas. I submit that they could keep their health and welfare at a less luxurious facility. So, I just want to remind you that back in the summer of 2024, you voted by 3-2 to set a tax rate and a budget for our hospital district that cut off their ability to meet future obligations for bonds for a facility in Arlington. It's different money. I can see you shaking your head going, oh no, not
because that's inaccurate, but you can keep going.
It's different money.
Your time is up. Thank you. Next speaker.
Tarrant County is in the throes of an affordable housing crisis. The Tarrant County Housing Assistance Office wait list is currently closed, and they anticipate being closed for the next 7 years, possibly longer. These $81 million tax-exempt bonds for the Staten at Museum Way appear to do nothing to alleviate this situation. On the contrary, at a price the average Tarrant County resident will never be able to afford, the Staten offers on its website, and I quote, "A life of luxury, a life of comfort. At the Staten at Museum Way, we offer a comprehensive list of high-end resort-style services and amenities so that you can fill your calendar with the things that energize and excite you. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are expertly prepared. Your linens are folded just right. Life is not only easier here, it's better." Further, the ask is cloaked in shadowy language of the Tarrant County Cultural Education Facilities Finance Corporation, such as cultural facilities, including retirement and health facilities. The bonds are for the Staten to refinance the costs of their luxury high-rise. The required public hearing for this request was announced in an illegible legal ad in the Dallas Morning News. Not surprisingly, no one attended the meeting and no one made comments. Historically, when developers request a tax break for their enterprise, they are expected to set aside a designated portion of their units for affordable, subsidized rental. Is the state doing that in this case? This should be addressed before you vote.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
So I want to ask Megan, so this is not new money, correct? We're just switching out existing bonds, right?
They're swapping out the 2024 bonds for the 2020 bonds at a lower cost. So it's 81 million versus the original 100, I think it was 23 million.
Why the switch out?
So this is an agreement between the bondholders and the obligor. The bondholders are the ones, excuse me, who are purchasing these bonds. So they're the ones who ultimately will make the agreement for the swap out so that they can try to be made whole and then allow the state to continue operating.
Okay, so what was the issue again?
The financial obligations.
Okay.
The inability to make the payment.
And how much is it going to cost the county?
$0.
Okay. And the interest rate?
Remains the same.
Remains the same. Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got a clarifying question, Megan. I've heard a lot of, I guess, confusion surrounding what this actually is. Can you explain, when these things come before us, for these tax-exempt bonds on any project or program sponsored by one of these facilities or corporations, can you explain exactly what the impact to the Tarrant County citizen is and what the impact to the Tarrant County budget is?
The impact to the Tarrant County citizen and the impact to the Tarrant County budget is zero. Tarrant County is a pass-through agency per the tax code. We have to bring these back before it's actually the county judge, but we try to be transparent and bring it back before the commissioner's court and place it on our agenda for consideration so that everybody gets to hear it and see it and have a say when court happens. But there is zero financial obligation on the county for these to pass through, and legally they have to pass through.
And this is the same as a PID, as any of these other mechanisms by which development is issuing bonds.
Correct.
For a pass-through. And do we charge any fees for the privilege of being the pass-through?
The Tarrant County Cultural Facilities Finance Corporation has a $10,000 application fee that goes into the county's general fund.
Thank you.
So the original 112 million, it's now 81
Correct.
million. None of that was county dollars?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, any other questions or comments? All right, we have a motion and a second. With no further discussion, please cast your vote. All right, passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brings us to item H1, Human Resources. The first item up is consideration of a waiver of terminal benefits in the 96th District Court.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have a couple of waivers for you this morning. So the first is for the 96th District Court. This is for their court reporter position effective January 2nd. It would be 392 hours. There is a cost to the general fund of approximately $31,400, which will be offset by an appropriations adjustment for the budget department from courts and judiciary into salaries. So this will result in a net zero fiscal impact.
Any questions or motion?
Vote for approval.
We have a motion to approve and a second. Any discussion? All right, please cast your vote. Passes unanimously. Item H2 is consideration of a waiver of terminal benefits in the 236th District Court.
This waiver is for a court coordinator position, also effective January 2nd, approximately 312 hours. The net cost to the general fund, again, will be about $7,200. That will be offset by an appropriations adjustment for a similar amount, again, resulting in a net zero fiscal impact.
Any questions for Ange, or do we have a motion?
Move approval.
All right, we have a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All right, please cast your vote. Passes unanimously. And item 3 is consideration of a waiver of terminal benefits in criminal courts.
This is for an auxiliary criminal court coordinator position effective January 1st. This is for approximately 94 hours. Net cost of approximately $4,500 that again will be offset by an appropriations adjustment resulting in a net zero fiscal impact.
All right, I'll move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this one? All right, please cast your vote. All right, passes unanimously. Thank you very much.
We have an item, I believe, that was removed from consent, number 6.
Oh, that's y'all, H6.
Yes.
H6 would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Would be consideration of changes to the tables of organization in the county administrator and transportation offices.
Move for approval.
Second. Is there discussion? Or I don't
Yes.
think there's a speaker.
Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted to, I just had a comment. I don't really have questions, but I met with our transportation director Friday, Scott, and during our meeting, he told me that he was asked to come in and see where he could make cuts, among other things. So first of all, what's being presented today does not constitute any cuts. There's one position eliminated, 2 new positions, a business manager and a pavement marking tech. You also increased the pay grade for 4 or 5 of the 6 positions listed just last week. And in the meeting, there is no supporting data analysis shared with me, no spreadsheets shared with me or in this packet to justify any of this. There are only 2 sentences under fiscal impact with numbers and no backup information to support them. So bottom line, the court communication is misleading to the public. And as I've said before, mold grows in the dark. One can only assume that all 5 employees will get a pay raise in the coming courts. And I don't know much. Our current organizational structures throughout the county have allowed us to have adequate funds. First, this county's adequate funds allow the county to self-insure, and this means that all lawsuits, vehicle accidents, injuries, property damages are paid in cash. And second, the county doesn't issue debt or bonds for any projects. This means we pay cash for all our multi-million-dollar projects. All this is made possible thanks to our previous courts and this court's conservative spending and budgets. Given those 2 truths about the health of the county budget, I'm trying to figure out what we're trying to fix in this transportation court communication if the numbers say we aren't broken. If you're just trying to change a couple of positions on your org chart, that's good. But coming to talk to me about cost savings and I with no documentation, showed up at a meeting with a couple of org charts, and I'm trying to see what we're fixing here, where the cuts are coming from, that type of thing, and I don't see that. So until we have some documentation, I talked to him about a strategic plan for the transportation department. I'm not willing to support this until I have something to look at.
All right, we have a motion and a second on this item. Is there any other discussion on it? Okay, seeing none, please cast your vote. All right, it passes 4-1. Brings us up to purchasing. I'd ask the court to take a look at items K1 through K8.
Move approval of items K1 through K8.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve items K1 through 8. Any discussion or questions, comments? All right, seeing none, please cast your vote. All right, passes unanimously. Brings us to K9, which is permission to take bids and RFPs. There are 2 on this item. Do we have a motion?
Move approval. Second.
Motion to approve and a second. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, please cast your vote. All right, passes unanimously. Next, we come to appointments of boards and commissions. I have one to make. I did not intend to do anything prior to the new court. However, on the Conference of Urban Counties, they're telling us that we have to have a particular position filled by resolution by December 31st. So I will move to nominate Commissioner Ramirez to serve as a member of the Texas Conference of Urban Counties Policy Committee and to grant the Tarrant County Administrator's Office the authority to draft and submit an appropriate resolution to complete this action and formalize the nomination process prior to December 31st. That's a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, please cast your vote. All right, that passes unanimously. Any other board or commission appointments?
Yes. I move to approve appointing Jason Thomas to the Mansfield TERS number 4.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to appoint Jason Thomas to Mansfield TERS number 4. Any discussion? All right, please cast your vote. Passage unanimously. That it?
That's it.
Okay. Next, we have approval of bonds and certificates of self-insurance. I believe we have one here for the incoming tax assessor.
Indeed, we do, Judge. Good morning. Good afternoon, excuse me. We have at this time 2 bonds for the incoming tax assessor collector, Rick Barnes. First, we have a bond for the county taxes in the amount of $100,000 payable to the Tarrant County Commissioners Court. In addition, we have a state taxes bond in the amount of $100,000 payable to the Governor of Texas. We also have the following certificates of self-insurance we'll be seeking approval of. 2 for Commissioner-elect Matt Krause, 1 for $3,000 in his service as the commissioner, and $3,000 in his position as the ex officio road commissioner for that precinct. And then we have the following certificates of self-insurance, all in the amount of $1,500 for the constables for the following precincts. Precinct 1, Dale Clark. Precinct 3, Daryl Huffman. Precinct 4, Jody Johnson. Precinct 5, Pete Munoz. Precinct 6, John Siegel. Precinct 7, Sandra Lee.
All right, I'll move to approve all of those bonds and certificates of self-insurance that you just mentioned.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
What's the status of the 3 constables' offices that were not mentioned?
We have Constable Precinct 2 with David Woodruff. That was approved at the previous Commissioner's Court, a certificate of self-insurance. And then Constable Campbell for Precinct 8 was also approved at the previous Commissioner's Court. And in addition, Commissioner-elect Miles's certificates of self-insurance, both as a commissioner and the ex officio road commissioner, were approved and also filed with the county clerk at the previous Commissioner's Court.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we have a motion and a second on this. Do we have any other discussion? All right, seeing none, please cast your vote. All right, passes unanimously. Next, we have public comments. The first person I have signed up to speak is Geraldine Jackie Cox. The next is Bishop Kirkland.
Well, Commissioner Brooks, this is a little anticlimactic, but I did sign up to speak, to say thank you in this part of the meeting. And you have been a wonderful lesson in patience, integrity, consistency. We shall miss you. We shall miss you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. And then the rest of what I want to talk about has to do with the quality of mercy and whether we will develop some of it here. We are soon to be upon the season when apparently, roundup of immigrants will start again. Our governor has called for it. They want to round up the persons who do not have papers and take them away. 501c3 organizations who do counseling are now telling people, try to make plans about how you will get your family reunited after you've been deported, because you may not be deported all together. And people with little children may find themselves back in Mexico and their children here in Child Protective Services. There was a similar scenario, although less pressing, and when 287G issues arose around our sheriffs rounding up people outside of bars and locking them up and holding them. And there was a lot of comment at the school district meetings, school board meetings, by counselors who spoke of the misery of children who are terrified that their parents would be taken away from them and couldn't study and were not doing well because they were so scared. Throughout the community, there are now people who are worried about what they will do if they are separated and how they will get by. So I want you to think carefully about how you want your county facilities and your county personnel to be used in this effort. And if you can, to exercise some means of making life less painful and terrifying for these people. Thank you.
Following Bishop Kirkland, we have Sharon Hines.
Such a warm, fuzzy feeling we experienced being in the chamber today. I heard so many things are so condescending and so out of order for the norm of the way that I perceive things within this chamber. All the kind words and the congratulatory speeches were so condescending. I think it is appalling that since 2021, Tarrant County has been the greater pipeline for youth going to prison than any other county in the entire state of Texas. When I go to the Tim Curry criminal courts out in the quarters where all the people are waiting, and I asked myself, is there another courthouse for the white people? Because what I all seem to find in the quarters of the Tim Curry courthouse are black and brown people waiting to see a magistrate. We still have a major problem in our county jail. It's not even talked about anymore. December 5th, Mr. Caldwell died under suspicious circumstances in our county jail. But we continue to go on and act as if this is business as usual. We have a problem. I listen to you, Mr. Ficus, and I respect you so much. Nothing else but your age. To say that you guys appear to listen to us. The way it appears to most of us is when you guys come and sit on that diocese, whatever your minds are made up to do, no matter what we say out here, it appears that you go on with business as usual. I believe you when you said that, sir, and I honor you, and I thank you for your service. But if you would take a proxy, you would see the citizens don't feel like we're being listened to. We don't feel like we're being heard. And the problem mostly comes from my village because they're so oppressed and so beat up and beat down and have no faith in the system to them giving up the fight and start fighting each other, because that's what we do. We fight the people that are closest to us. We have to go into the new season, into the next year committed that we're gonna have to find a way to meet some common grounds. I can't keep coming here talking at you and we never get a chance to talk to each other, because we have some serious problems that are affecting my village. And I need every one of your nonpartisan participation into some of the resolutions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Following Ms. Hines, we have Janelle Johnson.
Good morning, Judge O'Hara and Commissioners. Good morning. Thank you for your time. I am a member of the Circles of Christ, which is a partnership between First Presbyterian Church and Mount Moriah, and I serve as co-chair of the Social Advocacy Committee. I'm here today to speak on the deaths in the Tarrant County Jail again. A member of Mr. Vernon Ramsey was 51 years old. He was arrested on September 10th and died on December 2nd while being in the Tarrant County Jail. The grand jury was getting ready to indict the man, and he's already been dead a week. That's what the article focused on, but that's not the issue. The issue is that the man died in less than 3 months in jail. Now, the numbers are down. The number of deaths in the jail are down, but is any number a good number for somebody who's simply waiting on trial? I want the commission to consider the people who are dying in Tarrant County Jail are typically mentally ill, people of color, and people who typically cannot afford to make bail. So I would like to ask that in the new year, we take a look more closely at these deaths and ask more questions. And I look forward to some progress in the new year. Thank you.
Thank you. Following Ms. Johnson, we have Charles Bills.
Part of this speech is actually from my mother, since she hasn't been able to legally share her concerns. She said that I would like to address Mr. Brooks' appointment of Ms. Simmons last court as liaison between the court and JPS/MHMR, a liaison that was defined as a person who would pay attention and bring back to court any concerns that need to be addressed. The way this was shot down was appalling, and there should have been more robust discussion around oversight of both these agencies, even if it was offline, especially as it pertains to the county jail. Let's use the case of the murder of my son, Anthony Johnson. He came into the jail facility as an MHMR patient. However, the fact that he was schizophrenic was overlooked. Where was MHMR? Why was he not immediately placed in the care when he arrived? It was the first failure before his fatal hour. JPS, I'm sure by now have all seen the unredacted video and not the G-rated version the sheriff put out after seeing the grotesque treatment of my son. You don't think the medical staff should have oversight, especially considering out of all the deaths, they occurred strangely. Mr. Ramirez, again, I say to you, I watch what you do, and I do not listen to what you say because it lacks substance. I am disappointed that you did not at least say, let's take a deeper look into this, considering the amount of dollars we are spending on litigations. Let's do some more exploration into this idea. I expected at least as much from you as your constituent, but obviously it's not right. Mr. O'Hare, you could have appointed a Republican and Democrat as liaison over these agencies since they are based upon opinion, but they have no oversight in all this calamity. I think this is something that should be revisited with deeper thought. With this plan to bring state mental facility to Tarrant County, so instead of the deaths occurring in the jail, it will happen in the mental facilities. I think taxpayers such as myself demand and deserve better. The intersection of JPS and MHMR requires assessment. Now, what that looks like should be discussed, not just swept under the rug. Do better, and the elections are coming. And to Mr. Brooks and Fix, I hope to know that towards the end of your tenure and all the things and accolades that your community members have granted towards you, remember, you have yet to come and say anything to this family. Remember that Anthony Johnson's family was the last one that you have addressed. And it's sad to know that I have to be part of your precinct in order to get that same type of reassurance from our community members.
Mr. Bills.
our current DA has decided to press charges against a dead man. This is in addition to wasting time with unwinnable cases against Kyrie Campbell, Crystal Mason, and Caroline Rodriguez. In addition, he's continued to fail to indict individuals responsible for the murder of Anthony Johnson Jr. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, do we have any announcements or comments?
I signed up to speak.
I don't have one.
I got it printed out right here if you need to see.
When did you sign up to speak?
This morning at 9:30.
Yeah, at 9:30 it's closed.
Well, but I got a confirmation.
Okay, just come on up.
I want to make sure that this year doesn't pass without acknowledging the 8 people died in our jail in 2024. While this number is thankfully lower than in past years, we still have a problem at the jail when it comes to mistreatment, death, and failure of accountability. The most recent death, Vernon Ramsey, died in the custody of the Tarrant County Jail at JPS on December 2nd. Aside from the embarrassment of the Tarrant County DA, there is still the utter mystery of his death. He reportedly didn't feel well, became non-responsive, then died while being treated by hospital staff. That is all the information that is available. That in itself is the grief that many of the families suffer whose loved ones have died in our jail. Why did my family member die? What were the circumstances? Could it have been prevented? To my knowledge, the Sheriff's Office and DA still have not released the autopsy report of Chastity Bonner, who died May in 2024, to her family, even though there are discrepancies. In a press release, the Sheriff's Office reported that Narcan was administered to Miss Bonner in an attempt to save her life, yet also there was no mention of Narcan in the medical records from JPS. The ME results cite for cardiovascular disease as the cause of the death, yet the reported administering of Narcan suggests the presence of opioid drugs in her body. There is no legitimate reason to keep this record of her death from her family. Similarly, 2 other deaths in 2024 cite fentanyl and trazodone toxicity as a cause regarding 2 persons who had been in the custody of the jail for months. Why is fentanyl in the jail? Why is detoxin available to incarcerated individuals with drugs in their bodies? Further, these deaths are bizarrely labeled as accidental. If the jail allows drugs to run through the jail, how is that an accident? If Ms. Bonner's death was related to drugs, which no one can know without the full autopsy report, how can that be treated as natural? All this past year, these deaths raise more questions, yet there's no transparency, accountability, answers. 2024, Russell Qualls, Harold Roberts, Ronald Reese, Roderick Johnson, Anthony Johnson Jr., Chastity Bonner, McClendon Caldwell, Vernon Ramsey. Let's remember the one born in a stable who told us to visit the prisoner. I believe he commands us to not allow someone in prison to die if that is in our power. Please use the power of the purse. Withhold funding from the Sheriff's Department until he documents action to change at the jail to actually follow the detox protocols, acquire accreditation from the National Commission on Correctional Health, implement the recommendations of the National Corrections Institute outlined in their site report from May 2024, release the full autopsy report to Chastity Bonner's family, and release to the public the full video of Anthony Johnson Jr.'s death at the jail. Thank you.
All right, do we have any announcements or comments from the court members? All right, seeing none, Commissioner Brooks, will you do the honor?
Do we have an executive session?
We do not.
We do not. Hallelujah. Then it gives me a great deal of pleasure to end this Commissioners Court meeting, my final meeting of a 20-year career as a member of this body, by declaring that we are adjourned.
The Christmas meeting. Way to go. Outstanding. Wow. Can't believe I forgot that. Incredible.